So, but we also have the note takers. If you like, you feel like, oh my goodness, I'm not that good at taking notes. Maybe that's not for this class, but I can for your English class or history or whatever. So note takers are very good. We also have that. Also, another thing that we have is great, and most of our students take advantage of that, is the extra time in exams and quizzes. So let's say that your instructor will give you an hour for your exam. You should get an extra one, so that you don't get all anxiety and nervous. Sometimes a lot of people does that. You get nervous, or you just wanted to take your exam by yourself. So I am the one that does the test preparing, and you're going to see when you come to the yes. So I see just like you're just an my student worker, and another time, okay, I'm not there, yes, sir. But most of the time I'm there. I feel like I live here. So, but our IT guy, his name is Ifra. He comes really more. We share him with them more. And Fireball if there is any questions or any students who wants a smart pen. He is the one that's going to explain to you how it works and anything else. If you need any text book to be put into your computer, he is the one that does all of that. Very, very good and very so come in and let us know how we can help you. And what else? So, Miss tutoring, yes, we are in the look for tutors. We're going to have interviews and we'll have a tutor pretty soon. So, if you come in, you need help with work, come and see us. Come and use the lab. The lab is open for everybody. It's not just for the students that belongs to the DSPS. Our lab is for everybody. And it's really nice. It's equipped with really nice stuff. We have Dragon, we have the Coursewell program. Coursewell is really nice. It's one of the ones that I promote the most because I am from Mexico City. So and a lot of times, I don't know about you, there's like a microchip. Like you're thinking in your language, but then you translate, right? So Coursewell is really cool because it speaks to you in a lot of languages. It comes in about 25 different languages. And you can highlight and you can put it up whatever sheet you like. So we also have the enlarger machine that you can utilize in case you have problems with your vision. Okay, so the one that is going to make the decision is, of course, our counselor, Rachel Hennis. She'll be able to say, okay, this is what I need. If you already have something that you know, all I need is a little verification to verify that we have that and certify. That's all we need. But also, if you like, I don't know what it is, but I don't remember, or I just feel like something is not connected or something is off. We have our LDS specialist, and she can test. She can see if there is anything is going on with anybody. So please come and check it out and go to them when we have here happy. Okay. What else do I have? Let me see. So that's it. And me and we also have Karina Gonzalez. Karina Gonzalez is our new DSPS program assistant. She is half-time with us with DSPS and EOPNS. So if you're part of the DSPS, you might see Karina as well. And she can also answer the questions. Yeah, I wanted for her to come, but today we have orientation and fire. So any questions? All right, well, come and visit me. I'll be happy to see you. We're located in Q3. If you have homework or anything, if the library is closed, please feel free to come.
Or if you need a hug, she's really good at giving hugs.
Yes, well, that's what I do. I like that. So come and see us. I'm gonna leave some cards right here. And even if you're just waiting for a class, because a lot of times I know a lot of you don't live here in town and you come from other towns. So you can just come in and chill at the lab and say, hey, I have 30 minutes. I can work maybe in my, I don't know, essay, whatever.
Chem
And,
homework.
Yeah, getting homework done, you can come in and you can do that as well. All right? You don't need to be part of the DSPS to utilize these services. All our computers have scanners, so you can scan whatever you need. You can make copies, you can print, and we'll be there to pass it. All right? All right, you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you for having us.
You guys gonna love this campus, right? Look at that. You have everything that you can possibly think of. Everybody says, come on, hang out with us, you know? You go to a Mesa, come on, hang out here, right? So there's no excuses. You guys can come early, get your homework done, get your groups together, right? You guys have been working on it, been thinking about your projects, right? I want to see at least pretend like you're nodding. Right? Okay, so let's see. I didn't want to bring that down while she was talking. Okay, first thing that we need to do is we got to fix that data. That data is a hot mess. Did you guys see your data? You guys didn't see your data. Let me show you your data. Okay, let's see. Share my screen. You guys see the data now. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is one person that entered the data for your group. If you guys notice, the units are written up here. So you want to make sure that you have the right units. The other thing is that you don't want to include them down here because we're going to be manipulating the data. We're going to be making tables. You can't manipulate data if it has data and it has units. So we just want the numbers. I said not data. If we want the quantity, we just want the quantity. We don't want the units in this case because the units are mentioned up top. So if you guys can go ahead and fix your section right now. Now, this is the data from all of my classes because I think you guys are full of crap. And I want you guys to prove your hypothesis, not only by looking at your data, but by looking at everybody's data. And I know you guys don't want to do all that calculations individually, right? You want to be able to sit there and use a spreadsheet or some type of graphic program to do all of those calculations. Okay, so one person, go ahead and fix it. Excellent. See, delivery, I love it.
Where do they find this Excel sheet again?
Oh, if you go on campus,
So you
go to the lab, the Mentos lab, the very bottom.
the spreadsheet, right?
And then
Go to the lab. No, I already did.
And we're gonna do a favor to some of the other groups. So some of you guys that are just sitting around, you know what we're gonna have you guys do is you take one, tell me the one that you're taking, right? And then we're gonna fix theirs as well, so we can actually start working with the data, right? And then we'll cuss them out later on. I'll do it there. I'll do it for you. So anytime that you're gonna use spreadsheets, you don't want to include the numbers in there. I'm gonna email you the units, okay? And that way you can.
Units already on top of each column.
And
So just.
and do you ever see? There's a number? And just if you have a number.
There we go. What number?
You were able to give it to your account. Or did you scan in? Scan in, did you use? Oh, okay. Do you have, what is it called? WAC, everyone's safe. Yeah. So if you scan in, it'll actually have your ID. So, And everybody scanned in. I forgot to remind you guys that. Every day you're supposed to be scanning in, just in case one of us gets COVID, then we know that we've given it to everybody. That does count. So let me get this number. real quick. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for 1 minute.
Just to make sure there's no units on. But.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. This, yeah. And then. Rich. Everybody got the data. Anybody's volunteering to fix the other ones? Or are you guys going through it? Perfect, thank you. Anyone else? Yeah, we're trying to get them all
Yeah,
done,
yeah, I
right?
got you.
So, and like I said, I'll give them a hard time about it later. Actually, I should give myself a hard time because I didn't tell you guys. It's my fault.
Okay.
Yes,
Hey, was those the tractor sandwiches?
yes,
I cooked them.
you cooked them? Excellent.
That's why I couldn't, because I was gonna go to the Mesa meeting.
But you're out.
Yeah, I was helping Pedro.
Well, okay, so that's a good excuse. You know. I'll let it pass this time.
I have a picture from proof.
How many of you guys have already started your homeworks? Not too hard, right? I do in my office. I'll grab it for you in a minute. Once I get you guys kind of.
Oh, yeah.
How are we doing on the data?
I think we got it all done.
We got them all done?
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's see. Let's go with. Okay. So we have that data that's looking beautiful there. A little worried about these here. That's- So I'm going to delete these empty gaps. Nobody was trying to correct something as I delete, right? This is data points here. Okay. Okay, so we have everybody's data, sort of. Just a few data points. Okay. So what I'd like you guys to do is to copy the sheet for yourself. So now we're not going to be able to make any changes to my sheet. So I want you guys to copy your own sheet. Okay. So if you guys go make a copy, call it whatever you want to call it. It's just called. Oh, I didn't send it to you. Let me. Display your name.
REYN.
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
Well, so we'll just put OEST and that's it.
OEST.
OEST. Say it right, and that's it. Did you say Y or I? You said OEST. Right here, OEST. There. Let's see. Okay, so you should be able to register.
It says I'm authorized for ad, but there's no button actually.
That will allow you to add because you have the. So let me check. I'm assuming you're the original. It's mine, right? Yeah, you sure are. Did everybody save copy? Yeah. Yes.
I have a big borrow, so. Thousand PDFs.
Only, can you repeat that? Please?
Sorry for that. I'm using the lesson doing borrow, it only allows me to make PDFs.
You still should be able to make a copy online. Do you have a Google account?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you still should be able to make a copy in your Google account. So what you would do is go to File, hit Copy As, and then it'll actually pop up a new window. So, okay, so everybody's good. Everybody made their copy. So, anybody not make their copy? Okay, good. Okay, so what I'd like you guys to do is on your copy. I want you guys to add a sheet. I know that there's one already labeled height for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to change our height from, I believe it's in inches. We're going to change it to centimeters. Okay. I know, but I have to make it hard for you. You can't have it easy. So if you guys take your data, we're going to label it height. No, I don't want you to convert. You're going to convert all at once. So we're gonna smooth the data. So we're gonna move the height data onto this sheet. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys ways to sit there and do that. So you guys are gonna have to pay attention for a minute, and then I want you guys to do. Some of you guys may know how to do this. Are you guys familiar with Excel or Google Sheets, anybody? Okay, so you're gonna learn today. It's a process.
Yes.
Okay, so first thing that we want to do, we're gonna copy all of the groups. So all you're gonna do is go to the top corner, drag, and drag down to cover all of those groups. Then you guys are gonna either hit the control key if you guys are using PCs, or if you're using Apple, you're gonna use the Apple key. Then we're gonna select, while holding the control key or the Apple key, the height of the Dr. Pepper. And still while selecting, I'm gonna just move my mouse or whatever so I can scroll to the side. So I'll just scroll this so that I can find the diet while still holding my control key. Then I'm gonna select the diet. So while still holding the control key, I'm going to select the height of the sparkling. Okay. So then I'm going to let go of the control key. All right. Hands up. Whatever you guys want to do. Then I'm going to hit the control key again. And I'm going to hit C to copy. Okay, so that's a call a quick key. So we're just copying the data. I'm going to go to my height tab. And then I'm going to hit Control V. V is for paste. How many of you guys are able to do that? What was that? Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to come over here, very beginning, select all of these guys, right? Okay, now you want to hit Control, and at the same time, you're going to scroll over, and then you see where it says height. We're going to take that one while holding Control. Okay, and you definitely smell like barbecue. Okay, oops, sorry, I screwed up. So now we're going to start over, my bad. Down too far. So select, so we'll just select all of those right there, right? Now hit Control, then you're going to slide. So in other words, you're going to have to use both hands.
I know.
Yeah. Right. Now select this one. Okay. Select
Also all the heights.
That's right, all of the heights. Right. And then now you're going to hit Control C. Okay. Now you're going to go to the sheet that you just made, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you copied everything over, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so now here, hit Control V. Okay, and then you're going to just change that to height centimeters. So we'll know that that's height centimeters. Okay. Okay, how many of you guys are able to do it? Do you want me to go over it again?
I think for the apples is different.
It's Apple. You say Apple key. Where's an Apple? Do you have an Apple? Okay, good. Or I'm sorry, Command. It's your Command key, not the Apple key. Sorry, in the old days, it used to be the Apple key. You're like,
What the hell's it?
okay, it's Command. Yeah. For PCs, it's Control. Yes.
So, how do you make the box bigger?
Okay. First one is what all you have to do is hold it.
So I just do it's just a height. Yeah.
Now
all
you
the way.
That's it. And then we're
Which
gonna
is
go down to-
change, so height centimeters.
Just for
Centimeters change on top too.
diet height, right?
Oh, okay.
Like Excel can use for us.
I'm still hitting Control.
Is that shared with both of us? No, this is a copy of the version. Yeah.
How do we get into those?
And this, so you go.
Now hit control C.
So we go ahead to the lab one second at the end. Scroll down.
And then hit control V. How's it going? Are you going in each one individually?
Yeah, it'll be at the next. Do we all do it? Do we all do it?
Just one of those.
What?
Yeah, just because the whole, all of it's gonna be the same basically for our whole group, you know? All the information. This dude is group, we all just group. It's gonna be the same thing for all of us.
No, I know. I would.
Just follow the rules.
Well, there's no. Oh, some of the directional like. things. Yeah. Yeah, so what? Yeah.
Now hit control C. Okay. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. He's already done it all. So you've already done it all. You're good. You're good.
Oh, yeah.
You're good too. Okay. Is your mouse not working? Okay, so
You get it right.
go to which way? This one. So it's just, yeah.
Oh, see, yeah.
Got some serious now there. I don't know how people. You like the noise? Okay, you should be able to go. There should be an email that's taking you there.
Just send an
Oh, yeah.
request to allow access.
For
Oh,
the sheet. Oh, you said, okay. Weird.
Also forgot to plug in my computer last night, so it's already low charged.
Do you need, what type of? Ours.
yeah. I just don't know.
Standard, it's small.
I have one, but
Okay.
I grabbed the screen. Now it's like the full screen. That'll come, supposed to be. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do we do height?
Okay, everybody got that so far?
Oh.
Is there anyone that looks like crazy? Yeah, try it out, see if it fits. Yeah. Oh, actually, I gave you access to my first. Sorry about that. I'll give you their. And you sent me an email for access?
Yeah.
Okay, you should have access now. Okay, so you want to make a copy of that. Then you want to give it to your okay, or your Google Sheets. So everybody got and you guys were able to label it instead of saying sheet 42, right? You guys were able to label it with the height in centimeters. Okay, so anybody know the conversion for inches to centimeters? You said 2 point. That's right, 2.54. Man, she's awesome. She does that from the top of her head. Wow, that's impressive. So if I have, let's see if I write over there. Let's see if I write over here. So 1 inch equal to 2.54 centimeters. Okay. So if I have something in inches, 5 inches, then 1 inch, 2.54. So in other words, I'm going to be multiplying it by 2.54. So we're going to set up an equation to do this for us. Okay. First thing that you want to do is always label your cells that you're going to need to be labeling. So I'm lazy, so I'm going to hit Control C. And then I'm going to hit Control V. So Control C means copy, Control V is to paste. Now you're going to say, Dr. Henry, but these are still in inches, right? Because they all are labeled inches. So I'm going to highlight those, right? And then I'm going to hit Control F for find. Over here, they're going to be these 3 dots. And that's going to open up more options. Everybody's there with me? Okay, 3 dots. You guys see the 3 dots? Click on the 3 dots. So as soon as you click on the 3 dots, it says find and replace. Well, guess what we want to do? We want to replace. So we're replacing inches. So we want to find inches and we're replacing it with centimeters. And then I'm going to hit, and you want to make sure to highlight, because if you don't highlight, it's going to replace all the things that say inches. Okay. It replaced all. Okay. And then hit done. Okay. So can you guys see all of your boxes? So if you can't see all your boxes, what you're going to do is you're going to highlight all your boxes that you have stuff written in, and then you're going to go between them. And when you get that line, you're going to double click on it. And so then that'll gap it to hold the text that you want it to hold. Did everybody do that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight these, right? Yeah. So after you have them highlighted, you're going to hit Control F.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then it's going to say 5, and then there's going to be 3 dots.
Yeah.
Click on those 3 dots. And then this is going to pop up, and then you're going to type in inches, and then you're going to put centimeters, cm. Okay. Is it working for you? Were you able to find it? Did you make a copy? You just need to get caught up on everything else?
Yeah.
You want to help me with that? Huh? Just kind of get it caught up. So you copy, paste. Which part? just moving all the data over to a machine. Although yours is, yours technically, you should have the same thing that I have right now. Did you copy? Just copy it now, and then we'll show you how to do everything. You're gonna have to do you just put a file. Yes. Make it a copy. Right, you already got to make a copy of it.
Yeah, I already got that.
Uh,
Is it to
no,
align
please.
us with different data?
They should have the same data.
Like,
You don't see the same
like
data?
the-
Oh,
You want to,
the-
are you on the right tab?
Plus,
The height tab. So, okay, so now what you're gonna do is, wait, is everybody on the same page? Are we all on the same page so far? Everybody's good? No? How do I adjust it? So I highlight all of
All of
them.
it?
Yeah. You highlight all of it. Highlight all of it at the very top where it says ABCD, right? And then what you do is you go between two of them and you want to get that line. So you move your mouse between the two to get the line, and then you double click onto like. Or,
Okay, yeah.
you got it?
I don't understand.
Oh, yeah.
Go back.
Instead of going in control F, you could go highlight and then control H.
So-
So the right line.
Oh, yeah, it's on LA.
Oh, yeah. Anytime I say. Okay, and then just we got to
the section. Yeah, just the. This way.
Yeah.
And then you do what you.
Now, if you misspell it,
And then
it's not gonna find anything.
and then you place
Make sure that it's just highlighted. That's highlighted. That's all. Matches. Type,
But since
type this in.
Did everything the hard way.
Okay, so let's see if we can do that. No, don't try to do it the hard way. She's having trouble slowing down.
Or you can just
Type slow me down. I just. I'm like the Energizer. What's your? Okay. So you're not gonna- Actually, you guys quickly, yeah.
Like how many separate.
Rates and columns, there's this number, so-
They have to put the word city or like what?
Or big, it's not could be. And you type it in inches. I went through it. That's all. That's all. Bam. Yep. So then you just highlight everything. Space. Room. You're welcome. Okay, is everybody on the same page? We're running golf clubs, everything. We must be doing good here. Okay, everybody's good? Good so far? Yeah. So we want to convert from inches to centimeters. So we're gonna write a formula. The way that you write a formula, anytime that you're writing a numerical formula, we're gonna start with equal. Everybody see that, equal? Okay, then we're gonna select the cell that we wanna convert. So we're gonna convert this very first one because that's the one for Dr. Pepper. That's in inches. So we're gonna select that. Okay, did everybody select it? So all you have to do is go over and click it, and then it should say that cell. So it'll say D2. We're gonna say D2. I'm blind.
Yeah, D2.
D2, right? And it actually gives me the value of D2 on the side. You guys see it at the top. Okay, then we're gonna multiply it. Now for multiplication, you're gonna use the star. You guys, the star above the 8. So you're gonna hit Shift 8. Okay, the star. So you're gonna hit Shift 8 to get the star, right? And then we know that we're converting to centimeters, so we're gonna need that value, 2.45. So we're gonna type in 2.54. Okay? You guys see that? Okay? Everybody got that, right? So I need to make it bigger. Can you guys, should I make it a little bit bigger?
Yes.
Man, because I'm having a hard time seeing that. Sorry. I'll do that.
Yes.
Let me hit return first. So, again, just in case you guys didn't see, is that better? Can you guys see it now? Is that a little bit better? So we're gonna hit equal. We're gonna select our cell. We're gonna hit star. So it's Shift 8, and then we're gonna hit type in 2.54 and hit return. Okay, so did everybody get that?
Yeah.
Show me that. Show you one more time. Okay, I'm gonna show you one more time. Ready? I'll delete that one. Okay, so I'm gonna start off. You always start off with equal. Everybody start off with equal. Okay. Then you're gonna select the cell. So we're selecting D2. So we're gonna go over here where it says D2. You see where my arrows, the arrow is at? The arrow tip is at. Okay, so we're gonna select that. And then we're gonna hit Shift 8. So that's gonna give me the star, right? And then we're gonna type in 2.54. Okay, and then you're gonna hit enter. Okay, now if you hit enter hard enough, right? What happens is they give you the option of filling down that entire row, right? Yes.
Sorry. So you're showing us that you have yours in inches, turning it into centimeters. When we did ours, we just converted it into centimeters already through the copying the 3 dots. So are we
Okay.
supposed to have inches and centimeters next to each other?
Yeah, you should have inches and centimeters next to each other, right? Because I wanted you guys to do the conversion, right? Okay, so you can hit autofill and it'll fill everything that's below it. Okay, or I'm gonna be a little risky here. I can take this corner, and if I put my arrow over that corner, it'll make a plus. Now, once it makes a plus, I'm just gonna drag it down. It'll make a fist and it'll allow me to drag it down. And then, so it copies the formula. Okay? Did everybody get that done?
Yeah.
Okay, now we are using the exact same formula for the cells that are next to it. So I can actually do the same thing in this case and drag it over. Oops, I got carried away. Really got carried away. This is what happens when,
It's to I.
okay, thank you. All in one spot today. Okay. And so again, I get that plus, I drag it over to I. And then where it would normally take me hours to do each individual piece of data, I just did in seconds. And then you can tell your boss, I worked so hard on this, it took me hours to get this done, right? Okay. So let's minimize a little bit. We'll make it a little bit smaller because I need a little room to see everything. Okay. Okay. Everybody good so far? Feeling good?
Had you copy and extend the centimeter information to the other heights?
We'll show you. Hold on. So I put my mouse over the corner there, that little box that's highlighted. And then I just drag it over.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So do you guys, everybody got the same data? Yes.
Okay, you repeat the question? Do the whole, the one?
Sure.
Yeah, centimeters and the centimeters.
Oh, to change everything to centimeters?
Yeah. the whole
Okay.
column.
The whole
Oh,
column?
like how to drag the formula down.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Oh, this square down?
Okay, yeah, that little blue square. So you want to put your mouse over it, it'll make a plus. And then you're just gonna drag it all the way down. And then after you get your calculation, you can put your mouse on that blue square and then you can drag it over. Okay? How are you guys doing so far? Good? Not too bad? Okay, so we just saved us hours and hours of doing that calculations or typing in and, using the calculator, right? Saved you so much time. You're feeling pretty good, right? Okay, so the next thing that we want to do, we want to make bar graphs because that's what it says. We need bar graphs, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to select. Right now, I don't care about the class that you're in. We're just going to pay attention to the group. So we're just going to select the group. And so if I want to select the group and then the heights that are in centimeters, how would I go about doing it?
You hit control and then scroll over that side.
Okay, so then hit control and hold control, right?
Yeah, cool.
And then I'm going to go to the one that says it's in centimeters. Okay. Okay, so then I'm going to go to insert. I'm going to go down to chart. And I'm going to select chart. Bam. So they call it, instead of calling it a bar graph, they call it a column graph. So we're going to make a column graph. Now, if we take a look at our column graph, it doesn't have our nice little labels at the bottom that tells me which group is which, right? And I want it to have which group is which. But it does have everybody's data oriented the correct way. Okay, now that happens sometimes. Other times you have to adjust it, right? And the way that you adjust it is right here. This is what you would do to adjust it. So you would use your series to sit there and adjust it. Okay. So you would select on that and then you would select your specific series or you type in the columns that you wanted to sit there and select. Okay. Data looks good so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and we're able to sit there and tell because it labeled my table for me, right? The only thing that it didn't label for me is what this is on the side, and it didn't label the bottom. So we're gonna adjust it so that it's gonna be able to label those things, right? So you see where it says customize?
Yeah.
We're gonna select customize. So the first one is the chart. So we already chose our chart and everything like that, so we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about our chart style. Okay, we're gonna go down to say, so we're gonna close that. So we don't need it. We're gonna go to where it says chart and axis title. So here we get the opportunity of changing the axis title. So the chart title. So what do you guys want to call this chart?
I got it.
Height data. Let's be specific. We'll say Mentos. Okay, so the next thing is, we're gonna go back up here. If we wanted to give it a subtitle, we would select that. So if we wanted to do the horizontal title. So what is the horizontal titles? So it'll be groups, although it's not showing. So we'll have to fix that here in a second. Okay, the vertical title. It's the vertical title. It's height in centimeters, right? Okay. Yes.
So, charts, you want to always make sure to put the.
Yes, yes, because otherwise, how do I know what it is, right? And you want to make sure that you're leading the reader, right? And so you don't want to mislead the reader by not telling them. Let's see. See if we can fix that series. So our x-axis, we want them to have an x-axis, right? So in the case of our x-axis, we're going to select what our x-axis is, right? And so we know we're going to go to our data. We know that the groups and stuff is at the very beginning under right over here, right? So there's B. Normally it does this for us. I'm sorry, not B, C. So we're going to select C. Okay, so then now it put the groups at the very bottom. Don't get frustrated. I can see it in your faces. It's gonna be okay. How you doing over there?
Where do we put the, how do we put this in here?
How do you put what in there?
This in the.
Oh, you're not putting it on the table. It's independent of the table. It's sitting on top of it. And if it were me, I'd drag it down. You can select it and drag it down over here, so it's not sitting directly.
Just
on it.
highlight the.
Was it last time you did?
And then you go on view.
Control C of the groups.
So to get the groups there, I went under X,
Oh, X-axis.
yep, X-axis, and then I select the group column.
And to open up that chart again, to edit the chart, you have to click a specific button for that. I canceled that on the editor.
Oh, that's fine. You don't have to worry about it. You don't, so you can catch it on the editor. But if you want it, as you said, if you want
No, I
it,
got it.
the three buttons, try the three buttons.
Because I didn't know how to get
Yeah.
that. Wait, did you decide to just go with control? Like, where? How does it- I thought you were-
Just put Control V to add X-axis. Control V.
I just hit.
The lab report? Oh, for the lab, yes.
I don't know. That's right.
That's right. We'll credit. That's right. When you
It
make that
is.
money, you can
Based
start
on what
paying
you
it.
selected over here, right?
I didn't know.
You need help? Okay, I'll be right
Yeah,
here.
it says the series,
Like the names of the drinks.
It was already under this.
It said names of the drinks?
Yeah.
Yeah, how you add that?
How do I, oh, the X, so that's the series in general.
Yeah,
So yours is added automatically?
no.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me grab. So,
Oh, I forgot.
there you go. Okay. So, oh, you here.
Yeah. Minus 35.
Mentos High.
Because when you selected it,
I
you
did
did,
like that.
that's right. So then that means you're gonna have to take the time. So, right? So it's just. That's the case, but
Oh, good. Yeah.
yes.
So when she makes it first, she got to add things. She asked.
Okay, so it's, you have to start from the beginning. So that's all right. You learned it the best.
Did he want us to do anything else with the chart?
It's
Or
chart.
just get it as it is?
Well, okay, so let's select the data first.
Cause I remember I saw him doing something on the custom.
Oh, I think that's
Okay.
Axis.
So we don't have it. I don't know, but that's what we'll let this in. So what we're going to do is we already have some charts. So we get. And then you guys select. So.
Yeah. Oh, I just told the.
This one is gonna be due, you guys are gonna have a week to get it all.
Oh, okay, I was like.
So, but I wanna make sure that you guys, we will get you guys how to use the data, because this, the lab that you guys are gonna be doing today, we're gonna have to stop at some point. We have to work on it a little bit at a time. I didn't think it was gonna take as long as it did, but, you know, we're all at different levels, and so because we're at all at different levels, it's gonna take a little bit of time. But I want you guys to understand how to use a database, a spreadsheet, sit there and do the calculations, because that's gonna be important, particularly for the next lab that you guys want to do.
They should have made an expense class requirement for this.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I think you know that should. And then, yeah, next semester, you guys are also gonna be doing on BE. You have a lot of times that you're gonna have to use Excel to sit there and calculate. So we'll get you guys started now. So don't jump ship and don't get intimidated by Excel. So you might add groups. So we want to go to our. Whoa. So we're gonna click on that. That's here. And then here. It says customize. Oh, we want to add pictures. Or you can go here and add x-axis. Like that. So then we select our groups. And then I want you to add item here. So you want to go to custom. Chart. So horizontal.
Oh, okay.
Vertical.
Well, I was learning that last semester.
Everybody else good? Anybody else having trouble? Okay, so you guys have your very first graph, right? Man, and really, if you had to do this by hand, it'd have been like You know, and it's a little rough, you know, you're learning quick keys and all of that stuff at the same time. So. Okay, so let's see. What else do we got? So we want to do, let's do the temperature. So let's go ahead to add a sheet. I want you guys to add a sheet. There is a plus in the corner, right? Hit plus. Okay, everybody hit plus. Look at the corner, hit plus. Okay, now you'll see, it'll say sheet 44. Let's say sheet 44 for you guys, or it'll say sheet 43. It's whatever new one that came up. Okay, so we're gonna call this one temperature. Okay, I'm just gonna put 10. Okay, now what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to use the method that I taught you to transfer all of the temperature data. I'm gonna let you guys do it, see if you guys remember. I'll come around. Mauricio, get up. Gotta work. Go around and help. Yeah, I want start and end. I should elaborate. So, start and end. So if you already started, you can go back to those columns and select.
We put the starts by each other and the ends by each other, or start and end
No,
by each other?
put start and end, because kind of keep them separated, because it'll make it easier to do the calculations. I mean, we can do it either way, but it makes it easier. Yeah. Okay, how are you guys doing? Everybody got it? Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, so.
Do we have to? Oh, wait. You good?
And don't forget to include your group and all that stuff, right? Whatever. Really? Yeah, so I'll tell you what they do. That part we do that. So not the columns, but I want you to do is just. Nope. Yeah, that, so you want to select that now. So like that, you know.
You still have trouble to space out.
Slide over.
Yeah. It appears on the right side.
Slide over. And not hit. Okay, let me know when you guys are all there. Stand up and do a shake or something, shimmy. Good? I didn't see no shimmy, stand up and shimmy, okay. There you go.
That's for.
I'll be honest.
Thank you.
Of course. That one's perfect. And then we're back to the.
That's what I say for that.
It's the best thing that we have.
Okay, temperature, what's up with that? That's what happens when you have conventional data. You're like, oh, man. What's the data for that? That looks good.
So then we have two sets.
Okay, so
Two and two.
we want to see if there's a difference between the starting temperature and the ending temperature. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract them from each other. We're going to put the end first minus the start. Okay, so I'll catch up with you guys. Did you guys understand what I'm saying? So how would I set it up so I can do subtraction? What was that? Equal. Or somebody say equal something.
Column. Cut the columns from each other.
Yep, so you're gonna subtract the columns from each other. So you guys are gonna set that up. Oh, but we don't want it in Celsius, we want it in Kelvin. Let's change it to Kelvin first, I forgot. My bad. So how do you change it to Kelvin? Does anybody remember?
Yeah.
Control F. Okay, so. And then that's how we change the title, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. Okay, and then we have to do the conversion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. You don't know. Come on now. That's right. That's right. Can't give the answer. So we're gonna copy those columns over. And then we have them already selected. And then you Control F. My 3 dots. And then I'm gonna say Celsius. And then I'm going to replace it with Kelvin. Okay. All. Okay. And I need room because I need to be able to see stuff. I guess if you don't highlight the top rows. Okay. So, and how do I convert from Celsius to Kelvin? Does anybody remember?
Like adding some 270 or some big number.
273.15. That is correct. Good job. So I'm going to say equal. I'm going to come over here and select my very first temperature. Then I'm going to say plus 273.15. And it's also, if you guys take a look in your handouts, you guys have the conversion for Kelvin to Celsius. Okay, everybody got it? Yeah. I need to all of it.
That reports out.
Yep. Okay, so we hit enter. And then I'm gonna be lazy and I'm gonna autofill. Then. So if there's no value there, what is it gonna assume? Yep, because it's gonna assume that's 0, right?
Because you have to go down first. Okay, so.
Plus. Like, not being in a specific box.
As for the ones that are blank, do them as blank.
Yeah, we're gonna leave them as, we're gonna assume that they're 0, right? That's what it is. Right now, for right now, we just assume that they're 0.
And then make it easier for spreadsheet. Drag the source, drag all of it. Get that whole column there, and just drag it over to the other side.
It's
I got you. Put it together.
the formula. First thing you get is packet, right? Yeah, all of it's right.
But we need to change the.
Oh, it hasn't gone to the previous issue?
Yeah.
It says.
Equals. And then you select the what is it? The cell. So you just select the cell, and from there it's plus. Then I can
Like that, and then hit plus.
15.
yeah. I thought you were trying to make the conversion.
73.15.
No, you don't do the star on this one, because that'd be multiplying, and you're not multiplying.
Oh, for this, yeah.
2.54.
Yeah. That's the new.
Yeah.
Let me fix that.
Multiply, right?
It's in centimeters. Yeah, you multiply.
Was it Celsius.
Transfer the Celsius.
And 273.
Yeah, that I can't find transfer Celsius to Kelvin. It's like what we just. Oh, you do. Actually, just in time.
Really?
Yeah. And then you just paste it. Wanna go and. Yeah. Yeah, they're just covered. Three dots. Just put a line, row, capital C, and put equals converted, and then replace it with case, touch that to show like we have. That's a
You
number.
lost me.
Replace it. And then it should be sent to the question. Once you have that, then- Yeah, you want to put it in.
So we're still gonna get the total versus
And then click on the very first data point that you have. The very first data point that you have. And then you put the plus symbol. Because it's going to change Celsius to Kelvin. There's a formula that shows Celsius plus the Kelvin. So that's what she is. So that we normally do the multiply, and then you have to do the plus. So then you just add the Kelvin. 673. Check. And then like what we did before. Go all the way to the bottom.
Oh, might as well do it.
Highlight it all. And just bring the slide all the way. to
Yeah.
And then just drag it all the way.
Okay, everybody got it? Piece of cake? So-
I hope to be organized. I just need to do.
Yes, no, we're good, we're good.
From the.
Huh? Are you gonna,
A chart for it.
you're gonna make a chart for it too, but we need to calculate the difference. Okay, so we're gonna calculate the difference. So what I need you guys to do, I need you guys to copy the Dr. Pepper, start, the diet, start, the sparkling water start. Yeah, all of the starts. Yeah, so they're labeled up here, like I have it up here. Okay?
Are we doing it on like Calvin though, the Calvin ones?
Yeah, we're gonna do it in Kelvin. Yeah,
Oh, just a Kelvin?
just the Kelvin. Otherwise, really shouldn't make a difference. Okay, so then you're gonna highlight those. We're gonna hit Control or Command, find, and you guys have. We're gonna hit the more, and we're gonna say where it says Start Temp. We're gonna replace that, instead of saying Start, we're gonna say Difference Temp. So we'll put Difference. So we're gonna find Start. And then we're gonna replace it with Difference. Okay. Okay, so then we're just gonna take the difference. We want it to be the end minus the beginning. The end minus the start. So we're gonna select the end and subtract the start. Return.
wants us to do that. So he wants us to start. Then start.
Yes,
So this time to.
no, just Kelvin. I want you to do Kelvin. So we're just subtracting the two. Yeah, so you want it the in. So usually when we look at the change in temperature, we're always gonna look what it ends at first, minus what it begins. Okay,
To find the difference. So in this case, it would be.
your delta T, usually.
So then we just have to.
Okay, now you want to do that for all of your different sodas. And you can't just drag it across because it doesn't work. Because what it will do is just adjust by one column, so you can't do it. So you have to select them independently. That first one. Yes.
Just the.
So, but if you guys pay attention, the Kelvin and the Celsius, if you take the difference between both of them, it's gonna be exactly the same. But I want you to do it in Kelvin.
No, I mean like the data points. Oh, I see.
The data points.
Oh, yeah, my names are incorrect. Yeah. So it's probably one second.
Confused.
Difference? Yeah, just know that that's what we're gonna do.
Drag it down.
Data for now?
After you got the answer, you guys drag it down and get all the rest of it.
Yeah, but after you drag it down, you have to start again from. You can't, so like, you know, how you drag it down. You just check.
You just do-
You can shoot, yeah, you can-
She needs all of that from the start, or no, she just needs.
Yeah.
from Monday.
And you put
The money ones for Monday.
That was just the last two.
Okay. And also.
believe it's, and no.
Oh, it didn't give you knowledge.
you had-
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of. Yeah, so
Yeah,
first,
equal, and
the
then
top
you're-
right is gonna select the. You can start with the top right, and start with and select the shirt.
Yeah, it should give you an auto fill.
And then
I gave you.
the hyphen. And then you're gonna select.
Let's see if this works.
You don't think like.
No, so it's,
Back to
so you're gonna select K2
Oh, yeah,
version.
yeah.
And then you put minus.
Oh, yeah, that's. Actually, the main first before I do it.
I just typed out.
That's not. So we have one.
Just so I can see all the elements.
Should have an auto.
All the way to
Yeah. Oh, you don't have to do it like that, you can just press the. I'll probably show you before you just drag.
like that.
Highlight all of it.
All the way this way, so I can see the first couple.
Yeah, you can just do that for sure. Yeah, works. It's just I have to. But you don't have a copy for this.
Okay, how's it going? Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I missed something.
So you can put equal.
So,
Yeah, you can just put
yeah, I mean.
So you need to
hypertension. Yeah, and then.
You drag it for the.
Oh.
So you're gonna do the same thing for each for. So for this one, you're gonna get the diet, you're gonna get the end of the diet.
Yeah, I got you again. Okay,
Equal.
okay.
And then
Difference.
select just change temperature and temperature first.
It should be 10 difference.
And then minus.
That was just part of it.
Okay, so what I would have to do is to make a bar graph. Right?
Every time.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
And you're gonna have to do that again. Yeah.
yes, we're gonna go over today in theory, although we may have to push it back because we're taking a little longer than I anticipated. So. Okay.
It's been 2 hours since we started this.
Yeah. And we're only on the second table. We're making progress though. Tell me, have you guys learned something?
Yeah, honestly.
You learned something? That's the important part. Okay, okay. Did you guys make your chart? Make your chart?
Yeah.
Okay, what does your charts look like? I'm gonna show you my chart.
And then
So check your data. Make sure your data is correct. If you look at my data, does your data look like my data? Mark. That's
So for
it.
that, and then focus on the.
The chart, are we making it based on the differences?
Not a chart, column.
I'm not
Column.
sure.
I think it's.
Sorry, I forget the bar.
Yeah, it's all them.
I didn't, but bar would work too, because then we have it.
Yeah. Well, that's what that's what we did.
It might be all the Calvin's.
Oh,
I didn't hear that word.
That's what we wanted to.
Okay.
Okay, so how does your data look? Okay, good. Yes.
What are we making
I don't like it
the
like
chart
that.
of?
Not stacked, because why should it be stacked? That doesn't tell me anything. Yes,
Where are we making the chart of? The differences?
the differences. Yeah, so that tells me more, right? Because if it's stacked, you're assuming that it's based upon 100%. That one's still 100%. Does that tell me? It's kind of like if they were all relying on each other, took them all together to make something, that would make sense. Does that make sense? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it looks pretty. I think it's really pretty, but it doesn't tell me anything.
Yeah. How did you do it? Yeah.
Right? If you think about it, what's happening? Yes. It's supposed to look like a hot mess. Yes. Okay, because we know that there are a couple of people.
What is it? Difference temp, right? Temperature difference?
So you made the graph of the first one. Okay, so you're gonna select the title. All of the information. You get the thing in that control. And then you're gonna have to select the group.
Yeah, that's, it's because.
And make,
No, that one should be on number 5.
Oh,
Yeah, because that's where, see, on the far left. it
Okay,
says
how you guys doing?
That's where, because you have to scroll up.
Okay, does your data look like my data? Because did you guys just drag it across? How many of you guys just dragged it across? You actually had to enter the difference, so I get selected too? Good, okay.
So you just all the way over it.
Okay.
It's not a good thing. Just select all three.
Good, is this a little crazy? Yes, perfect. That's what we want to see. So if you guys take a look at that data, looking at your data, what would you say about the temperature? For the most part.
There was some.
You didn't really take.
So there seems to be a little bit of a difference. Right, yes, a little bit of difference. Okay, good. And we did establish it was what type of reaction? What was that? A physical reaction. And then we also determined that all types of reactions, whether it's chemical or physical, require energy, right? So then this would actually kind of prove that, right? Would it not? Okay, good. Okay, so we're gonna do one more graph. Yes.
So it looks kind of weird, right, with that, the -25 going all the way down.
It looks kind of weird with the -25 going all the way down.
Yeah.
Yes, it does, and that's because those data points weren't in there, right?
Yeah.
So what we would normally do, we'll say, we'll put a star by it, or we would type in there, these data points are probably wrong because there's no data in it. So you just account for it. It's always best to show the data if you have it. Or if you're, you should always show it, but you always should put stars by it, you know. Okay. Because as a good scientist, you want to say, hey, we're going to show you the bad stuff too, right?
Okay.
Okay, so the last thing is we want the flow rate. There should be a tab that says flow rate. Some data in it. Okay, so what are we going to need for flow rate? Flow rate.
Another math equation.
Yeah, it is going to be a math equation, but what two things that you guys collected that you're going to need?
So your
We're going to need volume
Volume.
yeah, volume and time of the experiment.
and time.
Oh.
And time. That's right. So I want you guys to put all the data over there, the volume and the time for each of those samples. Volume and the time, right? And also remember to put your groups and stuff in there because we don't want to lose track of that. And then I want you to do the calculation for it. So flow rate, right? So what do you guys think are the units for flow rate? It's milliliters per second. That is correct. And you guys do have it in milliliters, right? You got seconds. And time flies when you're having fun. So what we may have to do is, we may do part of this lab, and we'll finish the other part on Monday. So I think you guys get lucky because that means the lab will see. Saturday. Actually, pushing it back. Filling for you. Was it? I know, well, so normally it's gonna be pushed back, all your labs will be pushed back to Saturday, because I want to get Fireball at that time.
The volume.
So we put, so.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Well, they've been some of them.
Well, so how?
They're,
what do we
remember, they're
put?
daytime.
So you know how like Celsius Kelvin?
Okay,
So.
so,
But, all the information is already provided. I'd say just label it as.
Yeah.
We're gonna switching the topic to, what we have to,
Yeah. And the time, yeah.
When you have to put each column right of each one. You have to find it, and do control find.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to do that process on
Oh,
this.
I'd say. just
I didn't even say it.
Type it out. I think it'd be much faster than having.
No, on the-
Line search and all that stuff.
Yeah, sure.
is it?
Yeah.
sign next to each other.
Okay, so I have a question for you. So the values that you guys gave me, was it the volume that you guys collected? Or was it the volume that left the bottle?
The one that we got left over.
What was
Yeah.
left over?
What was left over?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So then that means that if we want the flow rate, we want the volume that left the bottle. So how would I calculate the volume? at the bottom?
So we subtract what's already.
Subtract what was left over from what was originally there, right? So we know initially a 2-liter bottle of soda has how much? 2 liters. And we know that sparkling water was
1.5,
1.5. Okay. So
2.5, sorry.
1.25.
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna need those values, right? Or we could say flow rate.
The floor is also. You have to get it like. But like the. That volume.
Divide the two straight across the
No.
volume.
So what I did, I took, because it's 2,000 minus the volume that you guys have, right? What was remaining, and then you put it all in parentheses, divide that by, so slash. So Let me show you. I'll show you. It's easier to show.
2,000 was for the Dr. Pepper and the sparkling water is gonna be 1,250.
Yeah, let me make it.
So that's-
So 2,000 minus.
And then you divide.
Divide.
Can you guys see? So it's 2,000 because 2 liters, 2,000 minus the volume that was remaining divided by the time.
Sorry.
Clear for the sparkling water is gonna be 1,250 since it's 1.25 liters.
1,250. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Minus your volume. Okay, but. Yeah, the minus the E2 and then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Minus. Ball,
P2 is the
and then divide it.
P2 is the time. So it's
All right, yeah, yeah. I got it.
so just compare to that. Minus.
Yeah, looks like I did.
1,250.
And your value should be exactly the same. So the first one is 152.22. That should be the very first one.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes. We're going to show it. You're not doing it. Okay, so you go to minus. And then select. Okay, those parentheses. And then slash division. Forgot that. So you're not-
There you go.
See, you just did it. So you just gotta make sure it's all right. So. Yes, how you guys doing over here? That works.
Was that on? Oh, the lab report? Yeah. Thank you. I'll give it to you right now. the lab
Separates. Already have the values.
I got you.
Okay, so that's
2,000, this would be 1,250, which is small. Pretty sure it's the one that's like-
Yeah.
So,
We have 1.25.
Individually.
Sure.
Cause like let me see, like super small for some reason. Even though I didn't like show it. But after that, it keeps spamming till I select.
How does that go compared to mine?
You got a chart of the flow rate?
You can't see that. Okay, how's it going over here? Everybody's good? You guys are good? Feeling better? It's, if you guys have never used Excel or a spreadsheet, it is it's a little much. But regardless of what area you guys are gonna go into, you're gonna have to learn how to use it. Learn how to use it. Yeah. Okay, so how you guys feeling? Everybody's feeling pretty good? Okay, so let's start looking at some of the data. Actually, did you guys graph this one for me? Graph it.
Yes.
Okay, so what graph are you guys gonna use? Column, which makes more sense, right? Because we're doing comparisons, okay? So since we're doing these comparisons, can you tell me which one has the best flow rates?
The diet.
Diet? Would you say, is that consistently, or are there some exceptions?
Some slight exceptions.
Some slight exceptions. So who would have the next best flow rate?
Dr.
Pepper. Do you guys agree to that? So which, you don't agree with that? I said, which one would have the next best flow rate? Now check to make sure that you guys, your answer should be close to mine. Make sure that you just didn't drag them over, because if you drag them over, you're gonna have some great numbers. So based upon your sparkling had a kick-ass flow rate, but based upon the height, it was just an okay. So, right? So I would. So I would take a look at your data. That's what.
I just put groups. Bottom for the horizontal.
So Diet Dr. Pepper, right, was red. The Dr. Pepper was
Vertical axis.
And then milliliters per second.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just the floor.
The values of the flow rate.
Yes, you're just gonna use the, but you wanna put, you wanna select everything when you do graph, because you wanna have groups and you wanna have. So it's the same thing that we've done before.
Oh, the equation.
So let's see. So Juan, what would you say based upon your data? Right.
Yeah, there's that, and then you put a parenthesis. Yeah, you put divided by the time.
Okay. So what can you say about the temperature?
And once you got it, you can just drag it down.
Yeah.
No, this one's.
Okay, you guys say anything about the temperature?
You have to keep happening. Volume. You can't just copy.
How's it going? It's good. You gonna graph it for me? Yeah, so you want to select the whole thing? Well, then, just highlight top. Yeah. Oh, you lost one.
For the title.
So change it to end temperature for the start temperature.
I'm not.
For the start temperature. Yeah. You subtract the end from the start or start from the end?
So it's maybe the same thing.
Oh, subtraction.
For the.
Oh, so I think we're doing right now.
The start time, the start temperature.
Yeah,
and the end temperature.
That's separate.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
You know, we
Oh,
subtract.
no.
Add bar here.
It was different.
No, for the difference.
We're still doing.
After we did the conversion, after we did it in Kelvin, then we had to get the difference.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Did you subtract the end from the start or start from the end?
Right? We did the differences for the temperature. We subtracted, the end No, start from the.
Okay, now label, or was it? Subtract all your label.
Yeah, subtract.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you guys have, your data has become results, right? So these are results. You have your tables, they're labeled. Right, you guys were able to label tables. We're able to see things, right? Now, you're looking at your results. Now you need to start typing up what it is that your results are saying, right? So at this point, if you guys take a look, you've pretty much written your lab report, right? So what was the title? Mentos Lab. Wow. Okay, so that's 15 points or whatever it is, 15 points. Purpose. What was the purpose? What was your purpose? What was the purpose of this whole experiment? Why did we do it? Just to look cute.
See if Mentos will create a reaction.
To see if there was going to be a reaction. Okay, so the purpose was to see if there was going to be a reaction, right? So then we say the purpose of this lab was to see if there was going to be a reaction with the Mentos. Okay. We all had our different hypotheses. You guys, we wrote that down the day before, right?
Yeah.
So we typed that up. My hypothesis is blah, 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 right? Okay. You have your data. That's what you guys uploaded. Everybody uploaded their data, right? Okay. So let's upload your data. Then we had our results. Well, this is your results. So now we get to talk about our results. So let's go back to the very first, the height. Show your data on the height. I'm not going to show mine. You guys show yours. I want you guys to tell me what you guys are observing from the height.
Diet Pepper had the highest height.
Diet Dr. Pepper had the highest height. That's pretty much uniform, right? So everybody, there are some exceptions, right? You guys notice are there any exceptions? There are a few exceptions, but for the most part, Diet Dr. Pepper had. Okay, so then what you guys are going to do, you're going to take that image, right? You're going to put it in your document. And if you guys actually click on the image, I think you can insert it into a Google Doc. You can just hit Control-C, or if you hit some of the buttons, I think you can actually insert it into a Google Doc. Okay? I could be wrong. It's been a long time, so.
Copy chart.
Okay? So, and then underneath it, you're going to kind of give me that rundown. You're going to tell me what's going on in it, right? What you guys are observing. Okay? Then, let's go to the next chart. Temperature. Now, does temperature seem to have an effect? Was there changes that were occurring in our temperature?
Yeah.
Were they pretty consistent, or were they kind of a little kilter, a little wibbly wobbly? But it looks like for the most part, it was there was a change, a loss in temperature, because it looks like it was lower in most cases, right? So then, what would that suggest to you guys? Would that be an endothermic reaction or an exothermic reaction? Did you have to put energy into it to make it happen? Meaning that did it get hotter to make it happen? Or was it taking energy out? So it'd be endothermic, right? It would suggest that it's probably an endothermic reaction. So then you say, based upon the data, and again, you say there are exceptions, but based upon the data, it looks like it may have been an endothermic reaction, right? And we know that this is a physical reaction, but we also know that physical reactions require energy. Okay, so you're going to type that underneath it. You know, you want to try to guide your readers through it, right? Help them understand what you're seeing, right? Okay, and then the flow rates. Well, we just talked about the flow rates. Essentially the same thing, right? Okay, so that brings us down to the conclusion. Follow the steps. You guys have already answered the questions, haven't you? Yeah. So you just, and now you have all the beautiful tables and everything that goes with it. Right? So that's it. That's a formal report. Okay? So I want it typed up, I want it looking pretty, and the thing is, it doesn't have to be 2 million pages, right? Brief, concise, right? Because I'm very, very busy, right? If I have to read 2 million pages to get to the point, then I'm upset, you know? So, and as most scientists, they're gonna be like, hey, get to the point, right? Because there's a tendency, because a lot of you guys are coming straight from high school, and what you guys typically kind of dump, right? So rather than just, you want to put everything you could possibly think of in there, right? No, we want you to be focused. As scientists, you need to be focused, right? You want to kind of get to the point. Okay, but you want to make sure that you cover everything that was needed to cover. Okay, questions? Concerns? Anybody want to give me $2 million now? I'll go to Bahamas right now. So, okay. Not too bad. So let's take a 10-minute break. Okay, 10-minute break, stretch your legs, get your arms ready, and then we're gonna play beer pong. Today you guys are playing beer pong. Right? Now, the reason why we're playing beer pong is not just to play beer pong, well, we don't have no beer, right? So, but we're talking about precision and accuracy. Precise and accurate. So what is precision?
Being on point.
Being on point,
Mhm.
okay. So, and what is accuracy?
As close as you can get.
Is accuracy as close as you can get?
I think so.
Are you sure you don't have them mixed up?
Yeah.
I gotta reread my
Think
definitions.
about it, yeah, think about it. How correct was your response? It's kind of elaborate. Let's talk about data, right? So if I have, and I'll put it up on the main screen. Write it over here so that we can all see it. Let me stop sharing. I already did. Okay. So let's say we're in this class and we have to take 100. Let's say we have to take 20 tests, 10 tests. Okay, so we take 10 tests. Johnny gets 9. Okay. This is John. Mary, she gets 10. Okay, and Bob okay. So the goal is, now this is out of 100 tests. The goal is to get what? 100, okay? Now, looking at the data, which one is more accurate? Accuracy means that you're hitting that point, right? Anybody ever played darts?
Yeah.
What are you trying to hit in darts?
Bullseye.
Bullseye. So if I hit the bullseye every time, I'm accurate. Okay. Now precision means all the numbers are gathered together. They're really close together, right? So for instance, instead of hitting the bullseye, I always hit 20 every time. I'm precise, but I'm not accurate. You guys understand the difference? Okay, so let's say if I was a, what is it? A hitman. I was a hitman, right? And so I had 15 people out there that I wanted to hit. Shot the first one in the head, shot the second one in the head, shot the third one in the head, missed the next one. Fourth and fifth in the head, right? Went drinking the next day, shot one in the head, shot one in the arm, shot one in the chest, shot one in the head, shot one in the arm, shot one in the chest. Okay, which one would be more accurate? The first one. Which one would be more precise? Actually, the first one, right? Because the majority of them were in the head. So you could be precise and accurate, right? I was just screwing up the second time I went shooting, right? Okay. So based upon the data here, which one is more accurate? Okay, what is accuracy again?
You're closer to a specific number. Like you're,
Okay, what is the number that we're trying to get to? 100.
Oh,
So who is more accurate?
the last.
B.
The last, oh.
Johnny? Johnny, right? Because he's the closest to 100.
I've seen 99s on the right for some reason.
These are 90s.
Mhm.
Up here, 90s, 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 199,
Oh,
100. Okay, so which one is more precise?
The first one.
Johnny's also very more precise. So who would be the next precise?
Be
This is a 90.
Bomb.
The second guy.
be Mary.
The second.
Second person?
In the middle.
That would be the most precise?
Second precise.
What was
That would
that?
be
Second most precise.
Who would be the second most precise?
the last.
You say B, him? Are you sure?
I think the first one's more precise.
The first one is more precise, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 10, right? Compared to, let's see. Let's see, 1, 2 is the best. 2.
Yeah,
2.
Two.
That's 92. Yeah. So 2, 2, 2, right? So obviously M is not precise,
No.
right? They're a little bit everywhere, right? Johnny is the most precise, right? The second most precise would be Buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So you're saying in terms of getting the same number?
Yes, precision is not getting the target, but it's getting close to a certain number.
So
You're
like
very,
all
very
the
close.
numbers are close to each other?
Very close together.
Fast.
Okay? Okay, now who's the least precise?
Now Mary.
Mary is the least precise. Who's the least accurate?
Bobby.
Bobby.
Because Mary's closer to 100, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because if we take her average, it would be closest. to that, right? Okay, do you guys understand? Is that good?
I need some examples though, but I feel like, yeah.
Yeah.
getting it right there.
Okay, so don't worry about it. You're gonna get an opportunity to get some examples. I'm gonna put you guys in groups of 3, right? So, and you guys are gonna be competing with each other. It's gonna be interesting. Let's see how we're gonna do this, right? We're gonna have the cups on the ends there, and you guys, so there's no real middle, so you can't do the bounce move. It only has to be the shoot moves, okay? Yeah, so it has to be
That's my
switched
thing,
or
though.
nothing, right? Okay, and so here and here. So each team, each person on the team gets 2 shots, and then the other side gets 2 shots. And then you guys will do this. You're gonna do it for 10 rounds. Okay, so. Actually, let's do it like this. 3 rounds, and then you guys will switch people you're competing against. Okay, now the thing is that you gotta keep track, right? You need to number the cups. So use your Sharpie, number the cups, right? And then you're gonna have the odd colored cup that's gonna be put in the middle, right? And the goal is to get it in the odd colored cup. Okay, that's the goal. I need to make sure I have enough odd colored cups.
Catching the man.
Hey, you guys gotta set them up.
No automatic now. You should probably join our group. If you're roll by the. Roll. No, there's much in general. And the science classes. And the science classes. I'm assuming it's like part of all the law. What's it called? Oh, especially you absorb that every single week. Yes. Yeah. Honestly, the workload has been far more chill here. Yeah, you already pushed back a lot of work to the other week, so I think it's time to like take pictures. I wasn't doing so much. I was like,
Wait,
No, you guys are playing with each other.
The workouts.
Hey, you guys having fun towards each other? That is, doesn't look like it's boring. Gotta work on it. Yeah, you guys, yours is kind of. Because you guys are competing with each other. This is
Each other, right now, we're always against each other.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're facing that.
There was no seat next to you.
How do we do it? Oh, like this?
Do you know what the joke I made?
Well, that
41.
The stupid joke I made on chat. Yeah, no, I'm going
That's the goal. So you need to keep track. Somebody has to keep track of the data, you know, so make sure you guys keep track of the data, right?
Don't we need Sharpie?
Well, yeah, we do.
So we do 2 rounds, that means that both teams get to go, and then you guys are gonna switch, and then they're gonna do 2 rounds over there, and then you guys are gonna do 2 rounds over there. Okay.
That makes it
That's
later.
in three rounds, three rounds, three rounds, three rounds. Because it'll go fast, you know. boom, boom, boom.
Do you have a Sharpie by any chance?
Yes, there is Sharpies. There's Sharpies in your drawer, in your lab drawer. Oh. What she says? Yeah, please. Yeah. Yes. So where your guys' lab drawers are located at? They're on the inside, right? Yeah, but you're still somebody else. You don't want to be in. Oh. Remember, yours are on the inside. You gotta remember. Good job. As long as you guys keep backing up. You guys- In other words, you guys are actually collecting their data for them, and they're collecting your data. Right? Okay.
There's an extra. Every group's an extra.
Depending what we're gonna say. Yeah. Because you guys are in the photos.
Because you guys do, and that's what you do.
Yeah.
Right.
The angle of it.
And collecting data for you,
Is
right?
this good with you guys?
Because that's the one that you're shooting. That's the goal.
They have it facing walls. Oh. Right here. They have it facing the computer.
Oh, let's go.
Why do you guys turn it down this way? So this way.
Yeah, we'll move ours like right here, but you guys should move it straight this way.
No, because we already have it. We have it like. Because you're guys is pointing this way. Yeah, we're gonna put the seal. We're in the corner. Because you guys are gonna be in the corner.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. What we'll do, we'll give you guys an extra ball.
Yeah. see?
Discrimination. Yours is way back here. Ours is way up here.
What?
What color balls?
Yours is way back there.
Yeah.
Make it easier shots.
You need a number. All right, so because you need your triangle, how many balls? Each individual cup. Right at the bottom or the top, or wherever you want. What do you guys over there?
I feel like it doesn't really matter. This is
Okay,
both even.
so you guys have 4 and 4, right? So that means two throws each. Yes.
So that's the
Are we
ball.
collecting their data like those done as one or individual?
As a
Remember
one.
them?
One, two.
So you guys gotta remember and then keep track of where the ball is.
Oh.
On the bottom of the cup? Oh, that's smart. Smart.
You guys may be mixed up today.
Turn on this. You know, earlier, I think you were even better on the inside, so you can just put it just.
Okay. And so we want to be accurate, right? We want to be accurate.
So like each one is gonna throw one?
You don't know.
No, 2.
You don't know
Because
which
two
number.
balls, it's total 6 balls,
Hey,
right?
that's the
So
the
you
odd
throw,
one, so you already know which.
each of you guys get 2 throws each, right? And then you guys get 2 throws each. 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 And you guys get 2. So you guys gonna do it 3 times and then you're gonna switch.
Dr. Hunter, for clarification, they don't need to number the odd one, right? The odd cup.
They don't need to number the odd cup because that's the gold cup. That's the one that we, yeah. So you just say gold cup. That's the one that we want. Or yours, well, yours is red cup. Yours is the odd cup.
Skip a number.
So you fill it up with water?
For real, the hard.
Do you fill it up with water?
The cups, you may want to put a little bit of water in them to kind of keep them grounded. Otherwise, they kind of move. So just put, we'll get you guys a big. If you guys,
There's gonna be login.
Bro, if I'm really real, I can just do this. That's good one. Yeah, that's true.
that's a little much. You want to put a little bit of water in there and kind of keep it around.
You're not gonna take a second trip?
Nope.
What's smarter, not harder? Okay. Yeah, I might have to take a second trip.
Is that me?
Too loaded.
Good use of the water on the bottom.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yes. Got it, yeah.
Oh, I'm fine with any of us.
You can also use the ones in the middle that have the hoses. And just pull the hose out.
Wait,
I can record. I'll record this time.
Oh, like,
So
oh,
you-
the phone, oh, okay. I thought you meant like recorded the
No,
data, I was
yeah,
like, oh, I recorded the data.
I'll do it. You can keep it.
Well, you're still gonna have to. You just have to multitask.
Do we take videos?
I'm gonna, yes.
I'll do videos though.
It's background there.
Background music.
Because then when you post this, then everybody's gonna want to come take the class.
Actually, do you have the videos before?
Yeah, I have the.
I don't need that.
You barely notice it took him off.
I have the producers.
I'd say like post one on YouTube if you are comfortable with that. If not, you can just send it to the group chat and I'll post it on YouTube. And I'll send you guys a link. I don't believe we need all of them.
You shoot it first. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
I'm afraid.
Go ahead.
Hey, you guys were laughing. I could have taken my glasses off. Yeah. So three.
No, we're recording that. Yeah, we're recording that. So. They're in group two, so if they make it right up here, then I'm gonna put one, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
put yellow too, because you're gonna be switching
Yes,
now.
she's in her group. So you guys are gonna go 4 and 4. So there should be 8 balls.
Two
So I
shots
may
per
take you
person.
guys a little longer, but we'll get it.
Per group.
2 shots per group.
Yeah.
You said 3 rounds, correct? Each one of us throws one.
That's right. No, you throw 2 balls. Each of you throws 2 balls.
Yeah.
You get 2 balls, you get 2 balls, you get 2 balls.
Oh, okay, it's 8 on each side.
8, yeah, 8 balls. total.
So
it's just like 1v1.
Oh, and we stay with the same group or do we switch?
You're gonna, so you guys are gonna stay, you guys are gonna do 3 rounds here, right? But then you guys are gonna do 3 rounds over here,
Okay.
right? And so you're gonna switch with the team that doesn't have, but she's part of your team, okay?
You're always gonna stick with us.
Wherever you
Yeah,
guys
you're
go.
gonna, yes, exactly.
I do not understand.
You're fine.
I
Just shoot
don't
the shot,
understand.
shoot the shot. Don't worry about it.
All you gotta do is shoot.
Yeah.
I don't want to though. Who am I up against?
You should shoot it.
Now you're fine.
You have to match it though.
Yeah.
No, what's the? It's like some
No,
kind
but
of
first we
like-
gotta finish our run.
Let me put my glasses on.
Yeah, all you're gonna throw is your 2 shots.
Yeah.
Well, everyone.
Yeah, and then it's gonna be there. Come on. You
I'm
take your
nervous.
glasses off.
We're into theirs.
Alright, who's next?
Right in the middle.
Oh, it's, all of us are gonna go twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone does too.
Oh, that's what.
You guys wanna go back and forth or you guys all release? Yeah, I feel like that's how it goes.
Yeah, back and forth.
Maybe should have put them on.
Yeah, probably. It's all good though.
So you guys all went, and you guys all went?
We were gonna go back. Is it just one, the group goes first?
Yeah, so once I let the whole group go, and then this whole group go. Right?
I thought it
Because
was like
then
your
it'll be easier to sit there and take the data. And beer pong, you let the whole side, this side goes completely first, and then you guys get the balls on your side.
One morning, we get
So
one.
how do you guys play it?
It goes back and forth.
It's weird with one person going to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because usually we do two to
Yeah.
I see all you guys do.
You guys continue.
Yeah, you're, yeah.
Since.
You guys have to go?
We're good, yeah.
I don't play beer pong, so.
I feel that.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Who's turn?
I see you guys finish. Right?
Yeah, we gotta finish it. Your turn.
Oh, no,
You already went.
no, it's you. I already got it. I was gonna give them.
Oh,
That's you guys.
you guys are supposed to keep the balls.
I thought it when we have 8 though. You just have to finish it up.
Yeah, you guys finish all your 8. Give everybody 2 balls. You guys go up, you shoot.
Yeah, you already went. Then I went. Yeah.
Okay, and then they go.
Yeah.
So all of us have to go. She has to go.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You guys all good?
Yeah, whoever.
You get another one?
Yeah, give them the.
So you guys should have 8 total, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The two.
Why can't I be this accurate with my
You guys are same.
How many yet?
I think I'm missing. You good too? Oh.
You know what? I'll just let you pass, bro. I already know you play beer pong.
Oh, not the pen.
That's the move, honestly.
I've never played this
It's just
before in
really
my entire life, so.
They get weight on it, so it's just like raw, you know. You're pretty good, honestly. You got got coach.
So we can tell you guys are definitely scientists.
That's real. Hey. I know he's right.
Oh.
You gotta try.
Wait, so what do we do? Oh, miss.
I'll be right.
Yeah, you're definitely not accurate or precise. I guess you're precise at missing the table entirely.
Oh, 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Fuck. You don't have to.
Say, you get the middle?
The one in the back.
You guys ready? So I'm gonna record that. You guys can record it.
They have to record for us.
Oh, okay,
We're
okay.
recording for them.
This is the bad one.
Did you guys get one in?
Yeah, you got one.
Wow. Wow.
They were laughing at me from my side.
Game face, bro.
The drinker here, you know?
Yeah.
If this was a basketball game, it would have been a little score.
You already got you.
I need a shotgun someone to get it too. One. Yep, you put it. Yeah, it up to you, coach.
Don't be nervous, coach.
I always did cheat up.
There you go.
Yeah, two.
Who's next? Who's next from you guys?
You too. Do we remove the cup, Dr. Henry, or leave everything in there?
Yeah, we don't do that.
Hey, he already knows the rules. You know. He plays.
Two again.
You got another two. I'll say.
Yeah. You broke his rhythm.
What? She got number two.
She almost did.
Oh, dude.
The first one.
He's line by side.
Ah.
You made it the first one or second?
He made it the first time.
Terrible.
He made, like, you were saying, rounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
you
First
made
round
one
and
and
the
two.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, he's a little less. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Number three.
I know, I went to round, the first one, and then you guys.
Oh, right. What? All right. Okay, so I know who's gonna be on. So, how are we doing over here? We got two. We're doing good here.
Oh,
Last round. Okay.
that's our way to grow. What?
One.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying too. I need a shotgun real quick.
Their skills are waking up.
Once we're done with the three rounds, we're.
We should brought the shirt.
You're done here.
Right?
We need data, right? Because, you know, we can't have just two in, right? So if you want to keep track, you're gonna keep track. We're just gonna draw a line. Between
I'm sorry.
So good art.
So one of you guys will stay.
Oh.
The winner will stay, the loser rotates. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. The winner will stay, the loser rotates.
I think so.
Okay.
Was that 3 rounds already?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so who
The
won?
first one,
Who's the
no,
winners?
the first one, no one.
Winners? Oh, they're.
Yeah. I think we had. Yeah, almost. That's good.
Okay, so they're the winners. So you guys are gonna rotate over here. So you say,
No, I
so the three of you guys are gonna come over here. So the balls stay.
We recorded their data, so do we give it to them or?
Yeah,
do
no,
we-
you're gonna just keep track of,
Keeping
because
it.
we're gonna keep track of everybody's data. At the end, we're gonna pull it all together, okay?
Maybe we should fill this up a little more, or should we leave like?
And each round, do I have to track if we missed all of them that round, or just total what was produced?
Just
at the end?
total.
Oh,
We're looking. Remember.
okay.
Does it matter for having like this name, like?
Hey, whatever.
It doesn't matter, 'cause at the end of the day, we're gonna collect everybody's data, right? Because you guys have.
You guys start the next round.
There's both.
I think it's about the same.
You guys start the next one.
So we're gonna play with them.
Shit.
Wow.
So do we also track?
Went over there.
What was that? So no, you're tracking your opponents, right? So they're keeping track of your data and you're keeping track of their data. At the end, we're collecting everybody's data. Okay?
So we
Does
jump
that
over
make
there.
sense?
Clockwise, counterclockwise.
We're going this way. So losers, you guys are moving over this way. You guys are moving this way. I'm moving this way. So have you guys done 2 rounds?
We're about. Tracking each other's data, we might end up with doubles.
No, so right now the specific cup that we get.
Practice. See, and you would think that the winner should have an advantage. They're used
Try to
to
do like a resemblance of what the cup looks like. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, no way, bro.
Nice game, honestly.
Oh.
Hey, it's crazy what pressure does to your mind, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're just like chilling. Just like putting it in motion. I like the photo thing.
Yeah.
It's started good.
Always aim for the front.
Yeah.
See your skills.
Basically.
Rise up. All right.
Keep going for the right one.
We all keep hitting the rents.
Oh.
We're waiting on you guys.
Oh, sorry.
I wonder if the person that made this game patented and made hella money on this shit. It's a good ass game, bro.
They probably did.
Oh, see, what's up? Personal solo cup. That's what you use.
That's a solo cup.
Oh, I'll struggle.
They kept hitting threes nonstop.
Show what you got tonight. Practice nonstop.
Yeah, practice.
You gotta get the accuracy.
Right here.
Okay,
right here.
so you guys are done? Okay, so the losers are gonna come over here. You guys need to try and fire this,
How we do it.
Who's the boss? Who's got
Cooking
the
right now. Got it.
Damn, I'm not the target.
And then how many did you guys get? I saw him hit three by himself. and
Damn.
won. So I think
We're definitely.
they only have
Ooh,
three.
someone sharpshooter over there.
Oh, yeah,
If you guys didn't stay, you guys move up. You guys are ready to play? Game's on. We're moving.
Do you want to see the ball?
The balls, yeah, balls stay here. And then. But Tony goes to the other table. You did all the hard work.
These guys look like they mean business too.
Nah, I don't know about that, but we'll see.
Practice?
All right, you guys got
All the balls are over
Yeah, we
there.
have all of them.
I'm doing it.
Oh, wait, no,
Wait, no, actually,
Oh, you need one right here.
Underhand.
Are we starting?
yeah,
Yeah, you guys
Let's
started.
go for it.
Go for it.
that's
Keep the data, yeah.
Do we?
the one.
Yeah, keep track of theirs. I keep track of yours. Good American.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hey, ball's back.
Oh,
Ball's back. I need that.
Ooh,
Hey,
number
yeah,
8. Let's go.
That was number 8?
Yeah, number 8. So who wants to start this time? Oh, I have one more.
Oh, all right.
Another.
oh, yeah.
2 more.
Oh.
Not that. Now just adjust just for the next round. Up.
Money.
Got this.
Oh. Ooh.
She's natural.
Between the two.
For real, like you should have aim like. It's all straight.
Oh my God.
All right.
Ooh. One arm.
Oh, they're both on there. Now mine is just gonna go out in space.
Oh, the hope shot.
No.
Did you guys both commit?
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
I gotta carry on
Let's keep
that.
that streak going.
On the rim.
That was a mess.
Yeah.
Keep the streak going. Come on.
Sorry, put down. She made it.
Oh, there's 2 more.
Oh, did you guys want this or?
Oh, she's going.
That's okay, I'll just, oh, I just didn't know if you wanted to write. Oh, yeah, we got it. Okay.
Nah.
This is for you.
Don't make it.
Oh.
thought it was for me.
I thought we just got to know each other.
Whoa,
Damn.
Hey, all right.
No.
Then you got an E and a Y. I was close. Oh, that's about the same spot.
Next time you shoot, shoot right here. Well, naturally brings it a little back. Oh,
Ooh.
just a little more straight on this one.
Pretty accurate, so I don't think they'll. Damn, it's always on.
No, they were both on the middle too. I know.
You want Jared?
Oh, I forgot to talk to him.
More height.
And I moved it a little bit to the right. Dunk 'em. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we also going.
Damn, Dart.
Party animal around here.
Which one was that?
You got the middle, you got the
Blue, yeah, you got it. The gold. The gold.
Oh, I see right there.
Damn, 2 on 1. 2 on 1. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh,
That's good, kind of.
oh my God.
You're lining yourself up now, bro.
Ready? Oh, it is right there. Oh, good stuff. Right in the middle.
Middle.
Stay in the middle. Una más. I'll add a tad bit more.
You're getting ready.
That really is the.
There was a lot of water in that.
Yeah, and I still tipped over.
I found this way. Perfect spot.
Oh, for now.
I think you get to go. For real. I need that quick one home, obviously.
Zero for shit boss.
Oh. 2.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, what's the dump shot?
Ah, come on.
Shot.
Alright, we already know the outcome.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, they should have some of the next one.
Correction. Nice shot.
Draco. Yeah, so number 2 right there.
Number 2.
Did you guys do 3 rounds?
Yeah, you guys got mostly ones that are.
Yeah, that was it, right? That was it.
Yeah, we have last. Oh, yeah, huh? That was our 3rd round, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we started.
Oh,
it.
yeah. Okay. So you guys have one more round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're done.
We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right?
Yeah,
that's
Okay,
good.
okay, okay. So who won?
Them.
Yeah, they want.
Okay, they won. So you guys travel to the next station.
We're going worldwide.
You win.
Okay.
Game, honestly.
Good game. What's this shit? I got one.
You guys ready?
Not really.
Let me see if I have.
Man, first time.
No, I do not.
What's that?
That doesn't count. You know that one doesn't count.
My reflexes.
It is a two.
Look at the back.
Hey,
Maestro.
you got in your soul now, bro.
You guys keep track.
What's it? What's the first one?
The rest-
The first one?
first one doesn't count because you have.
Okay.
Yeah, the third one.
It's a long back. There you go. Oh, now you're in the middle though.
That didn't count.
There it is. Oh.
To make it.
Ooh.
Who's first?
Yeah, maybe a two.
Yeah, you need a.
Shots?
Yeah, 2 shots.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh my God.
You got finesse with it, just floats in the air.
No, we need. Yeah.
That's kind of
Best for last.
Nope.
Second slide.
You see the vision though. Oh my goodness. All of that cut.
Oh, okay, this one.
El maestro.
Maestro.
No worries. Got you. Visualize it going in. Nice.
I missed that, man. I felt the angle.
Oh.
Number?
9. That would be 8. Because
Is it 8 or 9?
8 because they numbered the middle one.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Just not even.
Oh, so it's a hot tub.
Yeah.
It's all good.
That was
number 1. So.
Yeah, it's another two. And 2-2.
You got it.
Oh, no, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got another two. And then this guy's got.
Right one. Damn it.
Hey, you just add off.
Just
I love seeing those. I think it's like 3 or 4 cups.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Bro, we already know you're winning.
Natural right here.
Oh
my God. Hey, make this I'm walking out.
It is. Right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you out. I got the next game.
What's your spot stock,
I
Henry?
want you guys to cry.
I'm on it.
It's water, it's okay.
No beer here.
Yeah, no beer, no chemicals, so we're not.
Okay, guys.
And then we're gonna actually have enough time to do, who has not played each other?
We haven't played.
We haven't played that group or that group.
Okay,
With these professionals.
okay. And you guys have played, okay, and you guys have not played.
You got 3 rounds, right?
Okay, and you guys have not played yet, right? Okay, so what we'll do is,
Oh, they're about to
we'll
go.
do a shootout. Okay, so you guys each get a ball. So we have to break tie.
Oh, that's the way I like that.
They're in a
Each-
tie.
Everybody gets one ball. Yeah, the shootout.
Whoever makes the most of the shit.
That's right.
I'm invested.
Okay.
Break up the tie.
Alright, you guys have
Tiebreaker, shootout.
you guys.
So we get one shot.
That one is you guys. Go ahead. Just one. Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Go, Kevin.
Now.
Real.
Okay. So it ties it back
That's
up.
it.
Okay, so go ahead, do your last shot.
The comfort.
Okay, so you guys stay, you guys.
We stay?
Oh, you guys are playing, okay, so, yeah, go to, who hasn't played?
We have to play that.
We haven't played
You
them.
haven't played them, okay, but you guys have not played them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have you guys go over here, like, even though you're the winner. So come over here and play these, so you guys get to stay.
Back where we started.
That doesn't count. We won't count that, that was just a shootout. We just wanted to see who's champs.
Sure.
Oh, them.
And then we have like, what is it, one more group that have played each other?
We haven't played them over there. The 3 girls.
Okay, and you guys have not played them. Okay, so, and then that means if you guys not played them, okay, so then we'll do one more round after that. Then that way, we'll fill in all of our.
Right here.
What?
Oh, no.
So you guys can start it too.
First question.
Copy.
Dog, we have the balls over here.
Hey, Fuego.
I like it, I like it. I will number 5.
No, it's the same quarter. Same quarter.
Ooh.
Great goes.
I feel the pressure already.
Great.
The pressure.
Yeah, like you're the last, you're like the most sharpness.
There's one of them, huh?
I want to try this.
Yeah, we went ahead, we were-
Go, Mauricio.
we went ahead, so we-
I want to airball it to even it out.
Go, go, go. Don't do
Everything goes together,
She was holding.
No, wait, she's
like.
"Ooh."
Imagine what I had.
Wow.
Ooh.
I got a 9.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was good stuff.
Oh, my first middle name. Let's go.
Right?
Good job. Relax.
Pound slap on the cat.
Oh.
Gold. Oh, it should be gold.
You are. Sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
You too. Ooh, she's the X Factor.
Oh, I didn't keep track this time.
Oh, you want to? Oh, wait, no, no.
Yeah, superhero. It's Modelo time. Number 7.
Oh, it's our turn? Oh, so this is-
I like this distance more than the other one. Yeah.
A little more
Second
resistant.
one harder.
It's all over.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we need some, yeah.
There it is. There it is.
I feel like this one's gonna go in.
Oh. Legendary. She called me.
There. Red one.
That one?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's the problem.
Sorry. There, the one. Oh, nice.
Oh,
That's
what.
was that what you wrote? You guys started it, huh? Where's that two?
We started it first.
Yeah, we started it.
Oh, wait, no, wait, no,
Two then? So
Yeah,
that's the third?
this is our last one. The third one.
Go for it.
So where's the?
That is last time you start first.
Sorry.
No, it was in the cup and you got it.
Yeah, you go back.
I know.
Oh.
You think we got it?
Oh! Good one. Oh, which one is it? Hey.
Not the trick shot. It's meant to be. This is the one right here.
Dr. Henry, do we do another icebreaker?
Tie again.
Yeah, new one.
Get the sheet out again.
Okay.
All right, guys.
How many do you guys get that sheet at?
Go three.
Oh, we still got to do. 4, right? All right.
Oh, yeah.
4?
Oh, yeah, you guys have to run 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What do we need to show?
Well, the pressure, I'm sorry.
What?
Hold on, hold
I
on.
hope the chief's giving out the statistics.
4. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Ah.
There it is. Yeah, it's got some time.
Oh, Dios mío.
Oh.
When you're being precise on that second one, you always did.
Okay, keep shooting.
Whoa.
Oh, you went for it.
Yeah.
They tie and then they have to shoot out.
Yeah, but they haven't lost one though.
They did.
They did?
Oh, they did? Oh, so we're.
All right.
Yeah, it was in the shootout. They did.
That's it, right? Yeah. That's it. How many did we make?
You guys made 4.
And I know that
I think we made 5.
The first one was in cup.
Okay, so if one of you guys get the center cut, that's gonna be the winner. But
we
Keep
both
going,
got a
shoot it
center
well, you both got center cut. You guys need to do a shootout too?
Oh,
No.
cut. No.
Okay.
You know what it was.
Oh.
Like if they have like, they made 5 or they made 5, we make
4, but we each got like.
One second.
Yeah, but they still won.
Yeah.
All right.
We have it?
Not them.
Are we supposed to play everyone?
Yeah, we're gonna have you guys pay everyone. You guys have enough time. And then we'll collect all the data, and then on Monday, we have to do lecture, and then we'll have to do a little more lecture, since we didn't do too much today, and then we'll do the rest of the stuff. And Monday usually is a wet, dry lab anyway, so you guys will get to do it a little bit. It's a little bit wet, a little bit dry. So. Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Then we were playing.
Nothing.
Okay, so who am I over here? Okay, good. Okay, so you guys have to play them. That's all right. Okay, so
Yeah,
play the
yeah,
teams
you
that you
guys
have not played yet. Okay, so
We
you
have
guys
to
come
play
on over.
You want to come to our court?
You guys, since you both are winners, you guys get to decide whose court you want to come on.
Yeah.
Wait, but
are you
the
the
You guys,
Well,
you
they
guys
just
want
want that.
the home field advantage?
So we go?
Yeah.
Okay, so now, and which,
We gotta play them.
okay, then you guys need to play
Over
this.
there.
Okay, so I guess just go over there, yeah. Is there, are you guys coming over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going over there.
So then.
Can we get quiet?
Sure.
This is not designed very well. Oh, they don't have a name.
Are you guys enjoying yourself?
Undefeated out here.
How many classes do you get to say? I played beer pong. That's what we did today.
For real, honestly. I like to get a picture sent to my friends. You guys literally just.
Moving on to the goal.
We ran this shit.
Hey, should we shoot for?
Oh, I'm down. Hey, you guys got the shoot and take up?
You don't want to shoot pick up?
Huh?
Shoot
One
pick
shot
up.
each?
So like one of us shoot, one
Eyes
and one,
across, yeah.
eyes looking, and shooting, whoever makes it first, or whoever makes it, they start first.
Okay. So you just.
It looks like you have more experience. You take the shot.
Me? What makes you say that?
You made all the shots over there.
No, not really.
I died though, real quick.
Oh, do you want to do it? You can do it. So you just
Is
look
that
at
the
it.
same time?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah,
So you go eye to eye.
I'll count down for 3, okay? 3, 2, 1.
And you just keep
That's
doing it.
awesome. Yeah. I used to switch off this one else.
Oh, okay.
The coach.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God. The angle was so clean.
You want to shoot up? Shoot up.
What is that?
You just go up and look into his.
You like visually eye to eye.
You have 3 to 1 and shoot up.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Super right here. And you just count down
Just
for
look
3.
eye to eye and just-
I'm gonna try and.
All right, ready? Look, I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1, shoot.
Wait.
What do you think?
On the count of 3, you shoot.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Hey, if no one makes this one, then you guys are first.
yeah.
Alright.
Just to make it quick.
Who's counting?
I got done. All right, 1, 2, 3. Ooh. It looked like old parent.
I need to go first.
Oh.
You got the hook shot. Yeah. Oh, you're getting better and better on the scene. What got?
Don't look in his eyes.
Oh.
Was that one?
I'm gonna stop doing the CrossFit lessons.
One and
Bro, I put my energy to that 10% of your life.
This ain't fair. You guys got some veterans.
feel bad.
Oh.
One more. Yeah, next four players. That's right.
Good shot.
There you go. Good.
That's my favorite reaction. They're like, you just so least expected yourself.
So are you on our team?
Yeah, he's on that.
Oh, okay.
What do you think I'm standing there?
Oh!
Scroll down, did it bounce off like the faucet or something? like that?
7.
The ceiling?
Yeah.
Seven and seven.
Party chicken.
Oh,
You know, just to have the experience.
oh.
There you go. What's your phone?
Save the best for last. I get you.
No, I swear.
Better, 2 goals.
Hey, you gonna be drinking by that spot. Oh, solid.
Yeah.
Like, that's each start.
I've been rusty all these years. It's the college life.
Oh, yeah.
Is it ours now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I threw them without thinking.
No way, I can't put the cross. You don't get it.
That's 2. Waiting for the next
Hey, it ain't get better than that though. Good shit, you too. Either one of you guys.
No, we won.
You got it.
Oh, we're done.
We're just collecting.
Party animals out here.
We're going all out right now.
One.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. That was game, right? Yeah.
No, don't worry.
No, there's one more round.
Yeah, that was the second round, yeah.
Yeah, when you're done.
You guys did.
Oh, yeah.
Awful.
That was one shot.
Oh. So it's two shots, huh?
Yeah.
Goal shots. That over now, right?
Yeah, wait,
You
2,
guys want to throw something?
3, 2.
What you guys can do, is everybody done?
You guys have 3
Yeah,
right now,
we're
right?
almost done.
Okay, so start, everybody. else.
Kevin.
Number 6.
Eight.
Oh my God. He's coming in guts right now.
That was your side. Props to that one. That was good.
Let me try.
So it's 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 right now. We have 2, 3, 4. Oh no, this is. Yes. This. Oh, yeah.
You see it.
7 right there.
Nice.
6.
You guys are at 2.
Oh, it's too far. That one.
And that was a solid ass round for you guys. That's all for that one. So that's all right.
This is the last round?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That little.
Go.
Cooking.
Wait, hold on. Her face in the back.
Oh, yeah, we will.
What's the score so far?
So far they have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7.
7 tie.
It's a tie, yeah.
Yeah, because you guys got the two cup on the middle.
Why is this always happening?
All right, let's go. If you guys make one, then we win.
And it's a shoot off again.
Yeah, let's go.
There it is.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
this way.
Ay, ay, ay,
Go.
One more. Shot up. Shoot outs.
Shoot out.
Gotta go. Oh, each one?
That means we're all right if we have.
Each one has a bomb. Each one gets a bomb.
Damn, dude. Yeah, they're always doing shit that's crazy.
You guys got more?
I need one more.
Yeah, one more. We got more.
Alright,
Yeah, one.
guys.
You're first. You lead us.
Oh, no, it's their turn.
It's their turn, yeah,
Yeah,
one.
do back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth.
The real shot.
Let's see.
We're bracking.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if she's gonna make it, I'm gonna walk out.
So. You got this, okay.
Oh!
Bro, if she comes in clutch right now.
Let's go do it all over again.
Shoot it again.
You get started again, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm going this side.
Yeah, someone good.
Unplug it. Yeah.
Nice.
You're welcome. Oh, sorry. Oh my God.
You got this.
He's gonna make it.
Let's go.
No pressure, huh?
I know.
Oh, it's up to you.
You guys know.
Oh, shit. Oh, sorry. Oh.
Let's see, let's see.
Go, Christy. I'm gonna- Oh, yeah, they were for sure.
You are the champions.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Wait, you still got one more shot?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought it was just one shot and then.
Yeah, everybody gets one shot.
Oh, everybody.
Yeah, each team.
Good job.
Good game, guys.
Okay, so clean it up and then we'll collect data. So while they're cleaning up, we can start talking about the data. So group one, you guys are group one, so you're gonna share your data. So how many times was cup one? Or the other? Three times. That's out of all of the competitions. Okay, all.
Okay, where you guys been the cup?
I have them right there. I think we have to put them back in.
Okay, so you wanna get.
You have, group 6, but it's only gonna be 5 for us.
That's true, it's gonna be 5 people if you're collecting, yeah.
No, I got too excited with the final. You guys are done?
That's you do a favor. So you wanna go and collect all your data, so you wanna tell me how many times somebody get the first cup, those labels on the one. How many times somebody put something in the second cup, third cup, fourth cup, and odd cup. It's just for your team, yeah. So all it is just for your team, because you're collecting data from the other team, right? So that's all I want is from the other team, right? Exactly. No, that's the other. So we were collecting the data for the other team, okay? So I want the data from the other team, all the time, every time that you guys play, total numbers.
Like how many times they get come on?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so, and we're gonna share that data, so, you're group 1, you guys are group 2, you guys are group 3, group 4, group 5, group 6, okay? You guys are 4, yeah.
We don't count, we don't count.
So it's the data from the other team, right? Because that's what you guys are collecting. I know you guys are good, you were collecting both. So we don't double. A lot of people double.
Where to Andy did.
Yeah, no.
If you need help translating, just let me know.
Which one's this is
Only the center is the middle cup, yeah.
I know, but this is on the team.
Yeah.
And then this is okay, so what is that?
So the first thing that we fixed.
Oh, that's when I labeled each number of cup, but
So
eventually I
this is
stopped
group
doing
5.
that.
This is
Oh, okay,
group
so just
Odd is
whatever.
bullseye.
I scribbled out.
Odd is bullseye.
I had like a.
So that's our odd cup out.
Then they made over.
Which would be number
over
5.
one time on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or should I just put bold to help you guys? I'll put bold in parentheses.
So who's what group number again?
No, group, I'm doing it.
You guys are group 5.
I'm group 5?
Yeah.
Okay, group five.
So the first group we were against was group 6.
You have all.
Oh, no, we're not doing, we're just group 5 and we're doing our
No,
data
we're-
from this. We're
no,
not,
we're
we
doing
don't have
data
to,
of
we don't have
other
to,
groups.
yeah, and we have them right here.
You want to get a picture of it so you can look at it pretty easy?
Right, it's just,
Oh, there's another.
we're group 5 and we just, our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many times we're hitting them.
That's right. Those different numbers, the different cups that were numbered 1, 2.
What's that? What's 1 plus 1 plus 1?
That's how many times they found. So that's one.
That's 1?
Yeah, that's cup number 1, but they hit it 3 times.
Okay. 4,
Got it already? We'll let you guys write it up. Keep it right up.
6, 7,
Thank you.
7, 2.
Cup number 6.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
That's 2. 2? Or,
Yeah, 2 of those. That's 4.
so 3.
Okay, so we have 6 of them.
The right one?
Yeah.
4.
Guys, how many times do you guys?
That's easy, but it's.
5. 5. One team played 5.
Just 5.
5 teams, so 5 total.
The left?
So 3 times each one for 3 balls.
4.
Yeah.
That's 6. Only.
Okay, that's it. And then you have the team with the
Choose on the right, right?
you got it right, good, because they have to match up, so we can get them. You'll make it hard for me, huh?
Hold on. 4.
Okay, so 5 games,
4 on this side?
Yeah.
2 balls each, right? 3 rounds. And 3 people except for 1 team.
That's 3, right?
Okay, so we have to have 4.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it'll be different. Plus 2, 5, 1, right there. They shot 6 times.
Oh.
They shot once.
Person?
What do we, so,
Yeah.
Extra person, yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Henry.
Well, but it's 2 people, so it's-
I got to see one.
Yeah.
Does the middle cup kind of?
Well, what do we put for the middle cup? Because ours is number, that's number 5, right?
It's the,
It's the odd, it's the bullseye.
Yeah.
So it's just right, bullseye on the side?
Right, bullseye. So that's the one that you're gonna line it up with down there. Okay, so this is the number,
Oh,
that's the number of the cup, right? Let me write this up.
Oh, so 5's on the upper. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay.
I was typing, that's why I wouldn't even read it.
Yeah, this is the right one.
Yeah, so
1, 2, 3.
4, 5.
Yeah.
This one.
So everything else is there.
It starts up here.
So they-
One.
Okay.
You can double check it. I just know we were all doing it together, so.
Yeah.
No. So see, so they're group 6, so they wrote it under group 6 column. So we have to add it. I'll share it. Yeah, just the one on each. So there's one. So on the, see how the number 1 on the side? We add up all the ones that come in. Bullseye, 1, 2, 3.
I think in a row.
4. All right, I got the
They made one.
We're 3, 5, right?
Yeah.
One, three. So they made 3, 1. For cup eight twice, cup 7.
Yeah, I think I'm non-stop by.
They hit that cup twice, that's cup number 2.
Okay.
So they got 2 cup number 2, so in total that's 2.
Okay.
Okay, group 4.
Or if I had like a times 2, then they would hit that cup twice. Yeah, see that.
Oh, yeah. He's like the number 1. I'm pretty sure you're gonna see that. I just keeping track of how many times I hit the ball and a certain number of throws. The first couple of stuff.
Did it close out right? And then yeah, Bullseye is just 4, just middle. Bullseye is just 4. Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. 4, 3.
Fucking 1. Yeah. For the pen.
Hey, I was rusty, bro. You know I was rusty.
He made every team lose every
Hey, actually,
As a class, we're not gonna determine who's the best, because it would be me, but
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm still coming out.
Yeah.
I still want that match.
Yeah, that's right. You have to fix Dr. Henry for the champion.
Hey, extra credit round.
Hey.
I'll do that next year.
For real.
That's actually good.
Next year, why not this
A
year?
little challenge.
Why not start it up first?
Except no alcohol. I know you want to turn it on.
What the hell, that's why.
Hey, we won't tell no one.
Bro, you won't even remember it happened.
Yes, please.
Just go there.
Okay, so we did the math and we determined there was 192 throws all together that you guys did. Not the shootouts. Shootouts are the same, right? So 192 throws. So we got So I want you guys to look at accuracy and then tell me which cup you had the most precision with as a whole, as a class. Okay. How accurate were you?
6.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, a lot of bullseyes there. 5.
So you want us to look at the most accurate cup and then also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, because accuracy is looking at the bullseye, right? And then precision would be the one that has the highest percentage out of.
Right.
We're the reason why everyone's so low.
Okay, if each. So if you guys can add up the totals for me, somebody do the math real quick for me. And the moles,
Oh, yeah, 0.
0.
That's because of us.
Get it out of it.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, everybody got it? Got the picture of it? Okay, so on Monday, we'll be talking about, well, after lecture, first part of lab, we'll be talking about this, okay? Okay, add totals for me. I'm not doing the math, you guys are gonna do it. Okay, so I will see you guys on Monday.